Hi, and welcome to my working table. My name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist. If you just have fallen into this video here, it is part 3 in a small series of how to make a seabird book. And if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, I would recommend you look at these two parts before you look at this one. And I will put a link below in the description box for you. But yeah, this page here is the second last piece in the book, so I will just make the last page in my book. And don't worry, I will make a flip through of all the pages when the book is done. So I have this little bird here, and since the binding is going to be there, I will make the bird this way. And I have this piece of paper here, and I think that looks fine here. Yeah, something like that. And what else can we come up with? I have this piece here. And I have this piece. I think it is some like swamp colors. These colors here, and that's okay. I think this bird lives not only to the sea, but also in lakes and swamps, and yeah, something like this. I also have this, but yeah, fine. That's too dark, I think. So yeah, let me see if this one is better. No, I think this one is better. So I will glue the ones in the middle on first. And find my glue paper here. And I think this paper here is, perhaps it is like daily paper or something like that. It isn't daily paper, but it is some paper we have here in Denmark when we wrap our lunches, and it is quite hard to glue. Yeah, not hard to glue, but it isn't always so easy to get it to stay down. Yeah. It's like a little like the vellum, and it isn't vellum, and vellum is really difficult to get to stick to the paper when you glue it. And very often I glue it, one piece there, one piece there, one piece there, so the ribbings are, or not, yeah, the teared edges will lie like this, or the other way down. But since this had torn edges there and this has torn edges there, I think I have to do it up the other way around here in this piece. So yeah, that's why. And this paper here is, I think it is like this paper here, my underpaper. It is not a very good quality, and it tears easily. But I like the randomness in, you never know what you get because it's layered up for every time you work on your surface, and that is nice. And then there's this piece here. Is it too dark, or perhaps put this one instead? I rather like this one here. So. And then I will glue this piece down. So yeah, like this. And then the bird, I think it looks nice there. And where does it go? Like this. I think I want the head a little up in the sky, or what is supposed to be the sky. Yeah, something like this. And then I will, normally I would let it dry a little further before I cut the edges clean, but let us do it now and see what it looks like. See this lifting a little here, so I will give it a little more glue, like this. And this is buckling a little, but I think it will lie flat because there is something on the other side, and just give it a little time. I think it will lie flat. And then I would take my Collage new color 2. And what color should I pick? The light green. That's more yellow. That one perhaps. I don't have a dark, light blue. This is the. I think I will take this grayish one instead. And I also have a white to make it a little brighter up here. And again, I will take my water brush if I can find it. No one leaves the room. Oh, here it is. Yeah. And for the last thing, I would take my fine liner here and just highlight the skyline. I know it is quite abstract, but you use the terms like it is a landscape. So yeah, I think it looks nice. And this was the last page. So now I will decide how to bind the book. There are several options on how to bind this book. But since it is a single sheet book, there isn't perhaps so many options anyway. I could choose to make like a flag book But since this paper is quite thick and there's a layer of collage on both sides, the pages is very sturdy and very heavy, and I haven't got any such heavy cardstock where I think it can work. And I also think if I use this paper, it is very hard to make nice creases in this paper here. And it's the same if I want to make a Japanese step binding. Again, I would have to make a crease there, and I really don't think this paper is suitable for that. And besides that, I know I have put my birds in the right end, so there is a room for me for perhaps have done it, but I don't think that would work. I could make it to an accordion book, but that requires I put something to each page like this, and I don't think I would like any papers over the papers that is there already. So I think my solution is to make a slip knot binding, and it's a binding like this. I like this binding, but if you're someone who likes it to be very, yeah, what can we say? This is a very, not wobbly, but it like you can do it like this, and the pages lies flat, but it is not as sturdy. It's safe enough. It won't tear or do anything strange, but it is a little wobbly. So that is my plan. So it requires me to make a lot of holes, and I have making me a small tin plate here, and I will punch holes in all my papers like this. You can see this is the page in the book, and here's my tin plate, and I don't think I can, this is a crocodile, perhaps you can, oh, I can't see the hole. I have to make small marks with a pencil in every hole there, so it will take a little time. So I will do that and be back just to show you what I'm doing. I take my side here from the stack and I lay it flat, and then I take my fine liner and make some marks black so I can see them, and then I have this crocodile, and it makes nice holes, but the holes aren't always coming out of the machine here, and that is annoying me very much. And then you can see the little ring, the hole there, and I can see the black dot in it. And again, it isn't coming out. That is so annoying. It takes 3 times as long as it should because of this. So if anybody has a good advice for that, let me know. I have another thing I can punch with, but this is not so hard on your hand as I have this one. Let me see this one, and this I really have to. So, but it's much easier to see what I'm doing, and the holes are coming up in this pipe here. But that is the way I'm punching my holes, and then I put it over to that side and take the next piece. I'm starting from the back, so yeah. Again, black holes, not holes, but black marks. And this is just to measure out where you want them. I think that these two holes are to be so close to the edges as possible, and these two you can do as you want. And then again, here. And I will put it this way, so I have my stack and work my way through it. I'll be back when I've made, I feel like it's 1,000 holes, but it isn't that much. So I'm done with all the holes, and even though this is annoying me a little, it makes very nice holes. There isn't any like a crater or something on the back side or the front side. It is really nice holes. And here are 18 pages, and you can see it's quite a big stack. And I have these different waxed linen threads, and I have thought about these two here. I don't want such a light one, and I ended up with taking the darkest gray I have. And the way you measure how much thread you're going to use is you have, because you have 4 holes, you need 4 strings, and per page you need 6 centimeters. So there are 18 pages here, and 18 by 6 centimeters is approximately 120 centimeters, and then I give it a little more. So I have cut 4 pieces. There is 1 meter and 40 centimeters, and that should be enough. And then I put them double like this. Here is a loop, and the 2 others are in the other end. The 2 strings here like this, and the loop is here, and I'll do the same here. You can use cotton thread and all kind of threads, but it is much easier to use thread that is waxed, and of course you could wax it yourself. If you have a white candle or some beeswax, you can drag your thread through that a lot of times, and then it would be good to go. So I will just put them aside here. So yeah. So this is my way of doing it. I have the front page here, and I have the back page back there. And then if you can imagine, like when you're playing cards, you do it like this and have them lying like this here. And I always take the back page here, and the back is down there. And now I had to be in frame. Perhaps it is easier if I do it like this. Yeah, it isn't so easy because they are so long here, but you don't need to see all those here. Yeah, I will try it like this. And then I take the first string here, and I have the loop, and I always come up from the top, go in the perhaps I'm making the holes too small. Yeah, like this. And then you have a loop, and you put the 2 threads through here, like this, and you drag it a little. You can drag it a lot, but don't drag so much so you ruin or tear the papers. And again. up from the back and from the front here. Take the loop and drag it through like this, and yeah, I'm still in frame in the loop here. I haven't been using this thread before, so it is and perhaps I have the other books I've made this way, I have had bigger holes, but I think this looks quite nice. So there, and just let them hang down. And again, the same there and the same there. And in the hole. And up here in the loop. That was the first thing. Then you take the next from the bottom and place it here. You can do it like this, and I know the two swans are going to be opposite each other, so I know it's right here. So I take my first thread here from the first hole and go through. I think I need a better scissor here for this. Yeah, that isn't the best. It's like this thread is a little flat, and I go through the holes with both of the threads. Oh, I'm fiddling around here, I can see. Perhaps if I turn them. I don't, usually it goes quite easy, but yeah. And then you drag both the edge, the threads through here. And now is the tricky thing. You have to go up between these two threads, but they must not be twisted there. They have to be like this, and you can take your fingers and just put it through there. And I won't tie it very much now because I have to do the other two. Yeah. And again you come from the top and go down in the hole with both threads. You can pull them here to the left side, and again it is important that these two threads here not are twisted. And you can see they are lying here from the knot. So you take these two and go up in between them. I have another video somewhere, and I think I will link to that because it is a thicker thread I use there, and it is bigger holes, and perhaps it is easier to see there. But down in the middle here, not in the middle, but with both threads, and again these are not to be twisted. Come up between them, drag the two ends through, and then the last. This is a little crooked, so I'll cut this off. I'll come up with these two here and here. Drag it through, and then again they are not to be twisted. This is important because when you have made all the pages, it would look like stitching the way this binding sits. And if you have done it and twisted the threads there, it would, you can see it at once, and that doesn't look that neat. And now I can drag all the threads a little tighter. I don't think there's much to see yet, but it looks like that for the moment. So I will make a couple of pages more and be back. I have done a lot of pages, and you can see this is how it is supposed to look. It looks like small knitting stitches, and this is because I have been very careful not to twist the thread when I pull the two lengths through the loop. So I will show you once more. I'll take the back from the back, put it up here, take the first fold here and put, and you can see here this was twisted, so I'm dragging it apart so they are lying as they should here, these two threads, and then I can drag the length through here. And again, oops, I got it in my nose. Through the hole, and again be sure they aren't twisted, and drag the two lengths here through the loop and there. Put them aside here, take the last, second to last in the loop, and oh no, sorry, not loop, in the hole here, and they are not twisted, so I will put my fingers through here and put them through the loop there, and then the last hole here, the thread through here, come up on the other side and check if the loop there is sitting right, and then you can drag in your threads, and you can drag pretty much, but don't drag so much so you tear your holes. So I will do the rest of the book and show you how to finish it. So onto the last page, but I will just show you here how nice it looks. It's really neat. So I'll frame, and here is the last page, and that is, I do the same as with all the other pages too. Yeah, and be sure not the thread knot is twisted, and it isn't, so I will drag it through, and you can see this was the right measurement of the thread. I always, when I get into the middle of the binding, I think, oh, I have too little thread, but I haven't in any of the books I've made yet have ended up with too little thread. So it is 6 centimeter per page when the hole is sitting approximately a centimeter inside here, because if you go longer in it, you need more thread. But there's no need for going in longer. And again, here, not a twisted thread. I think I'm a little tangled up here. That was through here and into the loops, between the loops, and the last one here. and down under. There, and look like they are sitting all right, and drag it through there. It is the first time I use this kind of waxed linen thread. I've used other threads before, and I must say I'm happy surprised that because I really think it is a nice thread for this, and I have feared that this would be very loose because there are so many pages, but I think it was quite well, and because I have also made four holes, that is perhaps also helping. But the thing I do is here, if we take the first thread here, as the first hole here, I go around there, and I take the other thread and come up here and go down there. So I have been circled it around, and now I have the tension again, and then I will bind the knot and one more knot, and then I will just let it sit for now. It is up to you if you like to have them dangle here, and perhaps you could put beads or something in them. You can also cut them off and just give them a very, very small piece of glue there. If you want them to dangle at the back side, you should of course start the other way around. Start from the front and go back. Yeah. Down there and around. And the other thread. Here and down here. Like this. And, again, you would have to pull a little tight, drag it so it sits there. And again, you can make 2 knots. 1, 2. Yeah, I would do the same with the last 2 and be back. So, done. I can't quite decide if I want them to be hanging there or I don't want. But if you want to hang them there, you can always make a knot at the end and let it be there. But else cut them off, and that would be that. I will make a flip through on a neater substrate than my working table here. But I hope you have been inspired by this video here, and perhaps you would give it a try yourself. The binding is quite easy, and as soon as you get going, it is the same you're doing all the time. So a little practice and you are going. And if you have heavier paper, you can use heavier thread and make bigger holes, so you can make bigger pieces. So there's so many options, and I think this binding is a very good binding for heavy papers or cardstocks or something like that when it is single sheets. Yeah. So make a book, fill it with things you love, and look at it and be happy and inspired. So I hope you will give my video a thumbs up and perhaps consider subscribing if you like what you're seeing, and take care, stay creative until we see each other again. Bye bye for now.